So let me explain what it is you're looking at. We are in an extremely empty, echoey room, but it's more than that. You see, this is my new studio. Now, I'm often excited about things that are happening. Like, I can get easily hyped, but this is something that I can assuredly tell you that I am appropriately hyped for. Now, that being said, the hype level is all the way up here.
Pow.
Here's the thing, I want to show you all where everything is going to go, because right now, like I said, there's nothing in here, but soon there will be. Okay, so first things first, when you come through the front door, which is right here, you're gonna be met by Anna.
Oh, the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going high. Hello.
You know Anna, she is our executive assistant for the studio now, for everything I'm doing on YouTube. She's amazing. She's gonna be right up here. This couch is going. It's not mine, it's old. It's gonna go. Here is where we're gonna put a little reception area. This is where people can sit and hang out, but not for too long, because we really don't want people just to be chilling here. We want people to come in and get to work. Absolutely taking a page out of my boy Tom Sachs and Casey's whole vibe of like no social visits ever. If you're in the studio, you're working, and you're working really hard. Here we're gonna have a full array of desks. It's one giant plywood desk setup. I went ahead and taped off a safe area to assume where desks could go. These are only about 4 feet long and 2 feet wide, so we're gonna cut the plywood probably to match this, and then we can just kind of build out as needed. And then everything here, everything you can see from essentially this mark right here to the end of the tape and this wall is gonna be for YouTube and studio production. So let me talk to you about one very specific thing that I feel like I'm learning in this process, and that is the idea of being a successful creative. My friend Chase, who works at the coffee shop downstairs, asked me the other day, how does it feel to be a successful creative? And I laughed. And I laughed not because I thought it was a silly question, but because I was caught off guard by it. The fact that somebody would see me that way when I wouldn't always see myself that way was comical to me. I remember thinking to myself how I would be successful years ago with my other business, and one of those markers was being able to have my own space, to be able to move into a space to host clients and do work and work alongside of people and hire people to come in and all those different things. That felt good, but I found quickly that once I did that, once I moved into the space, success was just another marker that I hadn't yet achieved. Let me get something really quick, hold on. Thinking through success, here is how I really think about it. This type of graph right here. Every creative starts here. That's where we all start. We all begin our journey upwards. And as we go, we grow and we grow and we grow. And that marker of first initial success is this mountaintop right here. So for you, it may be getting your own studio. For you, it may be booking clients. For you, it may be being recognized by national publications or having a show on HBO or Netflix. Whatever that may be, this is your first mountain peak. Now, look at this. You worked really hard to get right here. And that's a good thing. You're supposed to work hard to get there. But the thing you didn't know, there's going to be a steady and slow decline. The law of diminishing returns. You're going to feel as if you're not getting any better. You're going to feel as if though you may even be stagnant because you can now see that there's a new mountain peak. And the reality of that mountain peak is that it keeps going. Every time you hit a peak, you see the potential for another peak. So why am I doing this? I am doing this for a multitude of reasons. One is my family wanted to reclaim the room that I was using as the home studio. It no longer was serving the purpose that it was intended to do, which was to keep me confined and in my space. I was growing out of it. Number two is because I'm actually gonna open the studio up to my city, but that's a little bit further down the road. Let me not get ahead of myself. I've been thinking a lot about it, and I thought to myself, well, first things first, I want to welcome people in, but not just everybody. I'm looking for people who are actively working in the industry, who are pushing themselves every day to create not just beautiful art, but also to create sustainable futures for themselves as a creative. And the reason why is because I think that when you get people like that in the same space, they kind of inspire one another. And not just inspire one another, but they also can inspire a greater community. They can kind of set the benchmark and the example for what is possible for creative. So the very first thing I'm doing is welcoming in some folks. My buddy Kyle will be moving in. He'll probably be right over there at some point very soon. And the other person that I'm working alongside of is the owner of the cafe downstairs, Hayes. Studio white wall right here, storage right here. Is the button.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
That's it. The second thing I want to do is make it known that this is an active working studio. And so that means that people just can't come in and hang out and mess around. And that's not to be exclusive, but that's to really hone in and focus on what it is we're doing as creatives. That being said, I do want this to be open to the larger public in the city, especially the creative friends that I've made and the potential creative friends that I'm going to make. And so what I hope to do is not only be able to provide like digital resources and goods. So if people are interested in becoming YouTubers, maybe I can provide for them a service that can help them achieve those goals. Or if they need presets, maybe I can provide them presets. Or if they need to book some time to shoot a talking head or to shoot a flat lay, we can figure that out. If you haven't already guessed, I'm taking most of my cues from the legends that I follow. Tom Sachs, Casey Neistat, and also Andy Warhol. Andy Warhol's factory is a very large inspiration of mine. He brought creatives in, they worked, they did some weird stuff. We're not gonna do the weird stuff, but you get the picture. And the very last thing I wanna do with this creative space is to simply allow it to feel like a creative home for anyone who comes through those doors. Mikasa es su casa, you know what I'm saying? Like, this creative home could be your creative home. I want you to be in here. This is like the physical manifestation of Less Lonely. The creative together idea is finally starting to, you know, have a foundation, have some walls. This is amazing. It feels so good. The truth is that I do feel nervous. I feel like fear about just taking this next step, but the way that things have been going and the things that have been coming down the pipeline and just the way it seems that life has been unfolding, this was the best next step. And so I'm taking it and I'm excited to bring y'all in on the journey because we're still going. And I hope that for those of you who are watching, for those of you who are creative, I hope that this space can ultimately one day become a resource for you. I have such big ideas that I need to like contain myself because I don't want to give them all away. I don't think that makes sense. I think that would kind of damage the launch of this space. But welcome to my creative casa, the studio. I am really glad you guys are going to be in here with me. It feels so great and a little scary. Also, you guys got to check out this view that I have. Hold on.